Hi, welcome to Classic Guitar Rock. I'm Jeremy in the basement for another lesson. This one of my favorite of the major scale modes, the Lydian Mode, and I've got a surprise for you. This one's going to be extra easy. So let's get started. Let's do a quick review of the patterns we've learned so far. The first pattern is the Ionian mode, or the major scale, and the root of that is on the 6th string, 3rd fret. Remember, we're doing all these in the key of G, and the pattern looks like this. Okay, the second pattern was the Dorian pattern, and in the key of G, which would be an A Dorian, we start here on the 5th fret. Oh, I messed that up. Let me try that again. I missed a note. Okay, and the third pattern was the Phrygian Mode, and in the key of G, that would be a B Phrygian minor, and that starts at the 7th fret, and it looks like this. All right, now before I show you the new pattern, I just want to really quickly, to make sure we get this, understand how we change modes. Okay, so as a G major, I can play all of these patterns that we've learned so far, and they'll all fit in the G major or G Ionian mode. So I played a little lick in each of those patterns, but they're all in the G major scale or key when I do that. Now let's say I want to play a Dorian minor in G. Well, here's that Dorian shape. All I do is move everything back to put that root note, that Dorian root, in G. Okay, so that means I have this pattern to play. I have that major shape I can play here because I've moved it back 2 frets too. And now that Phrygian shape has moved back 2 frets to here. So now I can play a G Dorian minor. Alright, so I played from all 3 of those patterns, but they're all part of the A or the G Dorian minor mode, because I've moved that shape into that root position. And of course I can do the same with a G Phrygian, which is the last shape I've learned, which means I could play those same patterns as long as I move them correspondingly wherever I've moved this Phrygian root. Then all of those patterns become part of that Phrygian minor mode. And we're going to add 2 more shapes, and the same thing will apply. So all you need to do is move whatever mode pattern you're using to the root position, to the key that you want to be in, and that moves all of those other boxes into that mode, which means at any given time, whatever mode I'm playing in, I have the whole neck opened up to me now that I can play, and those boxes are always in the same order. I just need to move the box that I want to play in to the root position. If I wanted to play Dorian, a B Dorian, I'm just going to slide everything up to where that B Dorian box is in B. And I have this. I can still use that major shape It's connected to it. It will always be connected to it. This Phrygian shape will always be connected to that Dorian shape. So all you've got to do is move that box, that modal box, wherever you want it to be, and everything else moves right along with it. It's kind of cool. Now, I told you at the beginning that you were in for a treat because the Lydian mode is easy. And here's why it's so easy. You already know the box for the Lydian because all we're going to do is use the Phrygian shape. Okay, so we learned the Phrygian shape in the key of G. It would be a B Phrygian. Okay, so for Lydian, guess what? Exact same shape. We move the root one space. Watch what I'm going to do. In the Phrygian mode, here's my root, the index finger. For Lydian, I'm going to play the exact same shape, only my root is under my middle finger. Okay, so while I'm playing a B Phrygian, I'm also playing a C Lydian. So instead of starting here, here's my root. So let me play a B Phrygian for you. Okay, I'm not even going to move my fretting hand. All I'm going to do is play a C major. And here's my root now, is right here. And that is a C Lydian in the key of G. Okay, I didn't even have to move my hand at all. I'm just changing which root I start on. The Phrygian started here. Lydian started one fret down here. Phrygian, I'm playing against a B minor. Lydian, I'm playing it against a C major, but it's the exact same shape. Isn't that cool? So it all comes back to the chord you're playing it against. And again, when you start on a different root, it changes the interval sequence, which gives it a completely different tonality. Okay? So that Lydian shape, you already know it. It's the same as the Phrygian. I'm just starting on that second note. Now I'm going to move it back to G, just like we did before. So I'm going to play my Lydian mode up here, the root up here at the G. The Lydian mode has a very kind of a spacey sound. In fact, let me think of a good Lydian mode song. There we go. Theme from The Simpsons. That's a Lydian major song. There's a few of them out there. That's the first one I could think of. But I'm going to play just a few minutes noodling around in the Lydian mode. Just to get you familiar with the sound. It's one of my favorite modes. Steve Vai uses it a lot. Joe Satriani uses it a lot. It's a major scale, but has kind of, like I said, kind of a spacey, far out sound, for lack of a better word. Let's see what kind of mess I can make here. Hang on. All right, so I had a few non-Lydian notes in there, but that's okay. I wanted you to just be able to hear what that mode sounds like. Again, kind of a cool mode. Major sounding, but not as happy sounding necessarily as the Ionian mode. A cool mode. So experiment with that. We'll see one more time with one of the other shapes that we actually use one shape to cover two of our modes. That's how we get all 7 modes from just 5 boxes. But in no time, you'll see how you can use all of these boxes to play up and down the entire neck in any mode, in any key. And it's really pretty cool. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and I'll see you on the next Classic Guitar Rock. Bye-bye.